All of a sudden, sharks suddenly appear and start circling ships far out in the open ocean. They are not lost. They are not acting randomly. Imagine a huge cargo ship moving through the waves, many miles from any land. All at once, dorsal fins break the surface of the water. Dozens of sharks glide quietly around the hull. Sailors sometimes feel scared when they see this, but something interesting is really happening. Why do these ancient ocean hunters seem to come from the deep and gather near our big boats? The reason is not fear or attack, it is science. Sharks are very good at noticing signals that ships send out into the water without us knowing. Many people think sharks near ships mean danger. They picture movies where sharks chase people or try to attack the boat. They see the sharp teeth and cold eyes and assume the sharks are angry or hunting humans, but that is usually not true. In almost every case, the sharks are not interested in people at all. They do not want to hurt anyone. They are not following humans on purpose. They are answering natural calls from the sea that the ship creates by accident. The behavior comes from how sharks sense their world. Their world is full of smells, sounds, vibrations, and tiny electric signals that we cannot feel. Sharks have amazing senses that help them rule the ocean. Their sense of smell is one of the best in nature. They can find one drop of blood in a huge amount of water. Their nostrils work like advanced tools that pick up chemical smells in the sea. Any organic smell gets their attention, not only blood. A ship is never quiet or without smell. The engines make noise. The propellers turn and send vibrations through the water. These vibrations spread out over long distances. Sharks have a special system called the lateral line. It runs along their body like a row of tiny sensors. These sensors feel small changes in water pressure and pick up low sounds very well. A ship's engine sounds like a faraway beat that travels miles. Sharks also have pores on their snouts called ampullae of Lorenzini. These pores detect weak electric fields. Living things and even ship metal create tiny electric signals. To a shark, a ship is not just steel. It is a loud, smelly, electric object full of activity. The ship announces itself from far away, and sharks come to check it out. Once they notice the ship, why do they come closer? Most of the time, it is about food. Ships often create easy meals in the middle of the sea. Fishing boats throw away fish parts, guts, scales, and bait every day. These bits fall into the water and make strong smell trails. Sharks follow those trails from very far. Even ships that do not fish add to it. Cruise ships and cargo ships sometimes release food scraps or dirty water with bits of organic material. Injured fish or confused small fish also gather near the hull because of the movement and noise. Sharks are smart. They have learned over millions of years to take advantage of easy food. They do not always want to chase prey. They prefer to find meals that come to them. The ship turns into a floating sign that says food is here, and sharks follow that sign. The effect gets stronger at night because of lights. Ships have bright deck lights, navigation lights, and spotlights. These lights make the water around the ship glow. Tiny plankton in the ocean love light. They swim toward it just like insects fly to a lamp. Plankton collect in thick groups under the lights. Small fish come to eat the plankton. Squid and other creatures join them. Then bigger fish arrive to hunt the small ones. The food chain builds quickly. Medium predators show up next. At the top of that chain are sharks. The sharks are not chasing the lights. They are chasing the food that the lights bring together. A calm night on the water can suddenly become a busy feeding spot because of simple ship lights. Heat from the ship also plays a part. Big engines produce a lot of warmth. That heat spreads into the water and makes small warm areas around the boat. Sharks are cold-blooded. They like warmer water because it helps their bodies work better and makes them swim faster. In cold parts of the ocean, this extra heat feels very good. The propellers also mix the water and change natural currents. They bring up nutrients and carry smells farther. Many sharks follow temperature changes and currents when they travel. They move along warm fronts or places where deep water rises with food. A ship moving through the sea makes these signals stronger. The ship becomes a temporary marker in the empty ocean. Sharks are not hunting the ship. They are just following paths they already know, and the ship happens to be on the path. Sharks are naturally curious too. They like to check out new things in their home. A ship is huge and strange. It makes noise, sends bubbles, and changes the water pressure. To a shark, it is something new that needs a look. They come close slowly. They use their senses to decide if it is dangerous, edible, or boring. Some kinds of sharks, like great whites and tiger sharks, sometimes bite things to test them. They do this to learn more and not to attack. It is similar to how a dog sniffs something new. The big size and odd shape of the ship makes sharks want to explore it. The way sharks circle the ship looks mysterious, but it makes sense. They swim in loops to save energy. Circling keeps them in the interesting area without stopping. Water flows over their gills so they can breathe easily. While they circle, they keep feeling the smells, sounds, and electric signals from the ship. This helps them build a full picture of what is around them. If there is a smell from food waste, circling lets them find exactly where it comes from. When many sharks do it together, it can look planned, but usually each shark is just doing what works best for itself. Circling is smart hunting and exploring, not a sign of attack. This happens more often in certain places and times. Busy fishing areas like the Gulf of Mexico or parts of the South China Sea have lots of boats throwing away fish parts. Sharks visit those spots regularly. At night, the lights pull in more food, and darkness makes sharks feel safer to come close. Warm waters in tropical areas have more shark kinds. During migration times, sharks follow big currents like the Gulf Stream. When ships cross those same routes, they meet sharks by chance. Bad weather also helps. Storms stir up the sea, move debris, and confuse fish, which brings sharks. Do sharks really threaten ships or people? No, not really. Ships are very strong and huge. A shark bump or small bite does nothing to them. For people, real unprovoked shark attacks are very rare everywhere. You have a much higher chance of other accidents than a shark bite near a ship. Most times, the shark checks the ship, sees it is not food, and leaves. Serious problems usually happen only after shipwrecks, when people are already in the water. That is different from normal sailing. Sharks face much bigger dangers from humans. Fishing takes too many of them. Pollution harms their home. We hurt them far more than they hurt us. When sharks show up near a ship, it is about easy chances and natural interest, not danger. Looking at the bigger picture, sharks are top predators. They help keep the ocean healthy. They control numbers of other fish so nothing gets out of balance. They stop plant eaters from eating too much seagrass. They move nutrients around when they swim long distances. Their visits to ships show how well they notice changes in the sea. Smells, noises, lights, and warmth from human boats reach them clearly. Our actions spread out into the water and touch wildlife in ways we do not always see. Sharks are not enemies coming to take over. They are part of the ocean, reacting to what we do. When sharks appear near ships, it is not a threat. It is a sign that the ocean pays attention. The water carries signals far and wide. Sharks hear those signals long before we notice anything. These quiet hunters have lived this way for millions of years. They survive by being aware and quick to use opportunities. The next time fins appear around a boat, it is worth thinking about the amazing way nature connects everything in the sea. Sharks sense the world in ways that feel almost magical, but it is pure biology. Their smell system uses special folds inside the nostrils to catch more scent particles. Water flows through as they swim forward. Hammerhead sharks have nostrils far apart on their wide heads. This helps them tell which direction a smell comes from, like stereo hearing for odors. A tiny bit of fish oil from a ship can pull them from kilometers away because of this sharp sense. The lateral line catches water movements. Tiny hair cells bend when pressure changes. Ship propellers make low sounds between 10 and 1,000 hertz. Those sounds copy the splashing of hurt fish, which sharks love to find. Scientists have seen sharks notice these sounds from hundreds of meters. The electric pores on the snout pick up fields weaker than 5 nanovolts per centimeter. That is sensitive enough to feel the electricity from a small battery far away. Even metal rusting on a ship gives off a signal. Food from ships is common in busy sea roads near ports. Waste builds up and keeps sharks coming back. Blue sharks in the Atlantic often follow fishing lines and eat fish that get away. It is smart eating with little work. At night, light start the chain with plankton. These tiny creatures move toward light. Small fish eat them. Bigger fish eat the small ones. Sharks finish the meal. Studies show lit areas can have 10 times more fish life, so sharks follow naturally. Engine heat warms the water a little, maybe 1 or 2 degrees. In cold seas, that feels nice. Bull sharks like warmer spots and go into rivers too. Propellers create swirling eddies that hold smells longer. Sharks are curious by nature. Young ones especially like new things. They swim near strange objects to learn about them. Experiments show sharks check cameras or floats by circling slowly. Circling helps them breathe and sense at the same time. It lets them test electric fields from different sides. In some places like the Sargasso Sea, floating plants bring more fish, so more sharks show up. Attacks are very few. Records show less than 100 real attacks each year around the world. Almost none happen near moving ships. Sharks want seals, fish, or easy scraps, not people. Without sharks, the ocean would change. Too many small fish could eat too many plants. Jellyfish might grow too much and hurt fishing. Sharks keep balance. Humans make noise and pollution that bothers sea life. Plastic looks like food to some sharks. Climate makes water warmer, so encounters might happen more. Different sharks act in their own ways. Great whites jump near boats where seals are. Tiger sharks follow boats with bait in Hawaii. Hammerheads move in big schools sometimes. Whale sharks, the gentle ones, come close out of pure interest. Oceanic whitehips followed ships in old wars when wrecks left people in water. Lemon sharks smell very faint chemicals. Some sharks avoid loud ships, but most find them interesting. Lights work better in clear water or certain seasons. Warm water starts migrations from many kinds. Ships sometimes hit sharks by accident, which hurts them more than the other way around. The ocean is full of sounds we cannot hear without tools. Sharks live in that sound world every day. In places like the Red Sea near Jeddah, many shark types live because of warm water and reefs. Fishing and ships bring them close sometimes. Nature has wonders. Sharks remind us the sea is alive and connected. Every boat leaves a trail of signals. Sharks notice and respond. It is not scary, It is beautiful. The deep has its own rules and sharks follow them perfectly. Thanks for watching.